guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Property. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So today we got a lot to unpack, and I'm going to try to just gloss over the surface because this is a lot in regards to opportunity, technicality, all sorts of stuff. But the TLDR, if you're not aware, that BB and team, I guess you could say, as you can see down here with the copyright BB, Ricky SP and team, are creating the one of the first, according to the white paper, DEXs using V4 technology. That's what this Okx Exchange is. Now, Okx Exchange is built on the Okx blockchain, and X1 is a layer 2 solution. So again, the TLDR for all of this, so you don't have to watch all this in detail, is that you are getting an opportunity at a brand new DEX on basically a brand new chain, a layer 2 chain. If you've been around for the last year, then you've seen Base Chain and Pulse both launch. I think there's been some other ones, but in the previous cycles, new chains always mean new opportunity, new growth, because people want to jump in. Ordinals on the Bitcoin blockchain was another opportunity in the past year. There's been a couple, I can't think of all of them, but the point is that in the beginning, there's always a lot of opportunity and potential money and excitement and hopium thrown into new blockchains and new dApps on those chains. And what makes this even more of a bullish catalyst is that it's being launched or coming right now. As we know, we are in this start of the bull cycle. Now, technically, again, depending on who you listen to, the bull run started a while back, but hitting this 50K mark and then kind of hovering around here, we have clearly gone past the lows of BTC. And now that the ETFs are approved, the theory is that there will be just a little more capital continue to trickle in, especially up to the halving. So the downside, if there is any, will be minimal, according to, again, people much smarter than me. So all I want you to know is this is like a prime opportunity. And this new DEX on this new blockchain is a storm of opportunity, like just insane potential, because what we're looking at in regards to crypto global adoption as of December 1st last year, they said that we were at about 575 million users, and they suspect us or expect us to get to nearly 1 billion by the end of the year. So all that means is that by the end of 2024, we will still only be sitting at around 8 to 12% of total global world population. So you are still early, and this is a new blockchain on that new layer on top of a new blockchain for this early development. So now with those bits and pieces out of the way, let's try to tackle this white paper. So there is a Gitbook on this, and I'm not going to go through every single piece because it is a lot, as I mentioned, but I'm going to try to give you guys the highlight reel on this so that you can kind of decide what you want to do with it. So Okx is promising to gear up to be one of the first DEXs leveraging V4 technology. Now we got to break that down a little bit. What is V4? So V4, if you're not familiar, I mentioned this to you guys before. Uniswap is kind of the GOAT in regards to DEXs and creating new tech. So they have been working on V4 since last year, and they released their public code around, when was that? I had this up somewhere. Let's see. I can't remember exactly when it was released, but anyway, they are expecting to launch or go completely to V4 around Q3 of 2024. Now, what this also means is that whatever Okx or X1 is doing, they have actually leveraged the tech behind, or the supportive group that was instrumental in some of this stuff, I guess, on the team. I didn't read too much about it, but the name of the foundation is Algebra algebra decks, basically. So they were behind the scenes on some of this stuff, and then they have created their own version. So it's not the Uniswap v4 specifically, but it's like these guys were march and step alongside this development, and they've kind of forked their own path, so to speak. I would liken it kind of to the Bitcoin wars way back when, and kind of how Ethereum came and got created. So you have people developing simultaneously, and then other people have different ideas, and then, you know, things fork at that stage. So V4 for Uniswap won't be out till Q3, but this V4 for X1 and the Okx Exchange is going to be at the end of Q1. And they have here some examples of what makes Sushi and the algebra integral different. So what I mentioned before about the DAO governance and the business source license and all that in the previous video, I don't believe it applies to what they're doing here. So it's like completely separate. But again, the TLDR, without going too deep into the weeds for this, is that this is new tech, and that's what keeps the space exciting and innovative, is people coming up with new stuff to test out, and then that's what gets the hype and speculation coming in. So seeing these guys roll this out when technically the public release of V3 is just like a year old, this is insane. So I don't know what this does in regards to liquidity management and all that, how it will be better than V3, but of course that is an improvement that they are leveraging, and that is mentioned in the documents talking about this the VE33 model, which is the active liquidity management, which I have to touch on in more depth in another video. But another thing that's coming up on this is that this X1 blockchain is going to be utilizing zero knowledge proofs on the layer 2. Now, I know you're probably asking, what are zero knowledge proofs? Well, a zero knowledge proof allows you to prove the truth of a statement without sharing the statement's contents or revealing how you discovered the truth. To make this possible, zero knowledge protocols rely on algorithms to take some data as input and return true or false as output. Now, that may sound like a bunch of, you know, what the heck are you talking about? But I'm going to show you an analogy. But basically, right now, what we have on the blockchain and what you have with other, what would you call that, ways to prove things to people, is that you have to provide some sort of evidence. So like in this example, they say, consider how you might prove a claim, I am citizen of X country, to another party, a service provider. You need to provide evidence to back up your claim, such as a national passport or driver's license, or if you've done any kind of KYC or any kind of authentication where they're like, I need a phone number so they can send an SMS authenticator code to you. Well, a lot of countries, for those phone numbers, tie that number back to a legitimate registration of a person. So while you may not have provided who you are to that service by just giving a phone number, at the end of the day, that phone number can be tagged back to you. So therefore, it is not a zero knowledge. You have provided your identity via your phone number and via that third party who stores that information of that phone number. So the focal point of the future of blockchain is to be, like I said, trustless. So in this zero knowledge proof example, they talk about Alibaba's cave, but I prefer the red and green ball analogy. So I'm going to play that for you. That is my focus music. That's not what I'm going to play for you. It's this one. So let's slow this back down and do this.
Let's take a look at another question. Alice have two balls which has red and green color. Her friend Bob has color blindness and cannot identify colors. How Alice prove to Bob that the two balls have different colors? One solution might be, Bob put two balls in his hands. In each round he can randomly choose to swap or not swap the balls in his hand without letting Alice see the swap action. Then he will ask Alice to identify if he has swapped the balls. Since Alice doesn't have color blindness, she can correctly tell Bob the color of balls in his hands. After a few rounds, if Alice can always reply correctly, Bob will know the two balls will have different colors because the possibility of failure is very low.
So I hope that made sense. So the basic premise or purpose of this is it uses probabilities to verify. So right now, this is a 50-50 chance. Since he's colorblind, he doesn't know. The balls look exactly the same and feel the same and everything to him, but he knows that behind his back, if he's swapping or not. Now, granted, of course, he can lie just to say, to make Alice feel like she got it wrong, but Alice can clearly see there are different colors. So the first couple tries, she might get, let's just say she was faking it, she gets lucky. Maybe she's colorblind, she gets lucky and she guesses right. But the more you repeat this experiment, the less likely probability of you being able to guess 100% accuracy each and every time, unless you can actually see that these are two different colors. That would be zero knowledge. She has not provided any information to Bob to understand how to identify the balls, but he knows that she knows that he swapped them, but he can't see that because he's colorblind. So hopefully that makes sense. Zero knowledge proof just allows the two people to prove to one another without relaying any additional evidence that could kind of reveal the additional knowledge or how the person has come to this result. So that is, again, if you're big in DeFi and where the future of this is going in anonymity, that is going to be huge. So X1 will become Okx's new native blockchain, giving developers access to 50 million users with billions of assets on the platform. So you can already look over here on X1 and see the ecosystem that is being built alongside this, dApps and DeFi. So there are already some DEXs built here, but apparently I haven't looked at any of these, so I can't tell you anything about them, but I guess none of them are utilizing the V4 technology. So this will be interesting to see what that means. But new DEX, new tech, and bullish team behind it. Yeah, great opportunity. So let's try to move through the rest of this. What is Okx Exchange? So I kind of covered a bit about this. Like I said, I'm not going too in depth, but basically it's trying to be more than just a DEX. Its goal is to kind of be the next generation platform where concentrated liquidity meets a user-friendly experience. So they have partnerships and innovations using the plug-in technology with Algebra Finance and Okx Exchange, simplifying access to getting into DeFi. So I'm not going to go into too much detail again on this, but basically what they've done here is they're leveraging the V2 model that we are all so familiar with, using your email, Facebook, any of these current logins, Discord, all that stuff. And what that will do over here is this, what they call this, account abstraction technology. So it'll allow you to authenticate via the means that most normies, and us included, are familiar with. So removing the barrier to entry for getting a crypto wallet and securing it and passkey phrases, all this stuff, it will literally use the authentication through Web 2 tech and then create the wallet and private keys through this interaction. I don't really know how that works, but it's definitely, things like this are necessary for massive adoption. So it has to be, you have to simplify the process. So this right here will definitely make that simple. And if this is not if, but since it's integrated into a DEX, this also allows people to create a wallet with the means they know how, and then purchase crypto very easily. So I'm assuming it will be tied to some way of funding that wallet, and then immediately start dabbling in DeFi by staking or providing liquidity and using optimization protocols on the V3, which will not be V4 model. So you kind of got a one-stop shop for onboarding normies into this entire ecosystem and getting to that massive adoption of the 400 million additional people that they're talking about will be coming on this year. So clearly protocols like this will be instrumental in bringing some of those people on, because it's all about simplifying the process. So there's much more on the algebra integral integration of the V4 model and how this works with plugins and stuff like that. But as it says here, competed with Uniswap, the V4 approach. But that will be for another video. This is already 15 minutes long. I just wanted to show you guys some of the information on this, and then the tech behind it, about the zero knowledge proofs, as well as this user experience that they're doing, and give you some kind of background information on it. Jump in the chat, or I'm sorry, in the comments, and ask me some additional questions, and I can do another deeper dive, because this does require more time in it. But again, the TLDR it seems like a good opportunity. Anything that is new and innovative in the space, especially at this point in the bull run, and leveraging tech that is brand new, is always a great opportunity to be at the front of things. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. I think this is supposed to still launch by Q1, so it's going to be 2 quarters ahead of Uniswap. So that too will be interesting. I can't tell you how much volume and how popular this is. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So I did decide to pull this up on Polygon already. So we can scroll down through here and you see the OKT chain, which is OKX. It's in 36th place. What is this? No, there's 36 protocols. And are we arranged by TVL? Is that how this is set up? Yeah. So it's set up by TVL. So it's got a lot of opportunity for growth. So there's plenty of chains that are above it. And of course, there are plenty of chains that are below it. But as with any of these, you know, you have opportunity, especially in the bull run, and depending on the developers and the community, things of that nature. So this is OKT is the base chain. Now X1, I don't even think it'll show up here. Well, some of the layer 1 show up here. Let's see if we can search for X1. Nope, I guess not. So I guess technically I'm not really familiar or sure, but I guess X1 is not completely live yet. These are all testnet X1 ecosystem. So either way, you're getting in early, getting a great opportunity. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for sure. Jump in the Telegram and get your questions and stuff answered over here on Okxchange.io. Okxchange.io is the Telegram, and of course Okxchange.io for the website and the get books. So drop the questions, let me know what else you want to know, and we can do another video, of course. And I did talk to behind the scenes Jack is in the Telegram, and he's part of this team. So if you guys want to get some, maybe a AMA or something with him, I don't know what his role is on the team, but he answered some questions in my chat and then sent me a DM, so we can have direct access to someone on the team if you're looking to get some more alpha on this and find out what the moves will be, when things will be released, things of that nature. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now